Hello. Hello, hello. All right. I am not good at making videos. This is my like ninth try. Audio, everything's wrong. I don't know if I use the wrong software. I don't know. I'm just trying to share my thoughts on Major League Baseball sabermetrics and what I've been doing this season and the last third of last season. I've been working on this for like let's see, 7 years. So anyway, what I do is uh, uh, I use wRC plus. Now, wRC plus, there's nothing better to evaluate a batter. There's just not. Now, that's my opinion. That's most of the statisticians' opinion. But so you understand wRC plus. Um, wRC is accounting stuff. It accumulates. It's kind of like hits. I think it says that down here later. Where right here it says word for word. On the other hand, wRC plus is a rate stat. It's kind of like a batting average, goes up and down throughout the season. Now, the importance of this is what I'm doing is if you look at player and you say, okay, he has a wRC plus of 128 last year, and 100 is league average, so he's better. Is he better versus right? Is he better versus left? And what points was he having peaks and valleys? Or was he more consistent than other guys? Less consistent? Was he completely erratic all over the place? Two home runs and a single one day, he doesn't get another hit, and he has, for 4 days, then he has a single and a double. Um, a lot of guys are up and down like that, but it can be tracked. And then you can take what those guys are doing and you can analyze it. So this is what I'm doing. Um, I web scrape a lot of data and bullpens, pitchers, Sierra, which is the best thing to evaluate a pitcher, in my opinion, a lot of people's opinion. I'm looking at wRC plus for left and right for every player and every at bat in Major League Baseball. I take day by day. I look at evaluate the 3 days, 7 days, 30 days, season, last season, and last three season averages. And then every single day, all the data is pulled into that last screen I was just showing you over here. And then I can put in the lineups and pull them over here. So yesterday, I only had time to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the games, but I pulled up a few of them. Two I bet on, one I didn't. I just pulled it up to be fair because I really don't know how it played out, but we'll take a look at it. So first one we'll look at is LAA. Now, how this works is how I've built this is right over here. I can punch in anybody I want. Juan Soto right there. And it pulls up all of his stats for combined WRC plus every single day of the season that he played. Um, left, how he did that day, how he's done the last 30 days against left, right every day of the season, right for the last 30 days, average WRC plus. Last year, how he did against left, his total WRC plus, and right last year. So, like I said, I wait till the lineups come out, and as soon as I can, I put in. This is the Angels lineup yesterday, and I look at pitchers too. We'll go over that in a little bit if I remember, because it's very important, obviously. But this here, I just picked the team. That's just a reference for me, so I know who I'm looking at. I don't forget instead of just relying on it up here. They're facing a right-hand pitcher yesterday. Now, how I do this, and I feel this is very important for betting on sports, is this is just my opinion, but I only do the first 5 innings because I got no idea. I mean, I can track, and I do. I mean, you can look at bullpen usages and usages right here. How much they've used their bullpens. Astros as going into. I think I opened this morning, so it's been including yesterday. Their bullpen's pretty burned out there. And, I can look at also, which I do, pitching team stats on Fangraphs, advanced Sierra. So this is the teams. Best bullpen in Major League Baseball is Washington at 3.64. Oh, wait, no, it's not. We're going by team. 2.86 Cleveland. Guardians, their bullpen has an average 2.86. So I pulled this from the pitchers. Anybody off subject. Like I said, I'm not good on these videos in my first one. So St. Louis and LAA. So anyway, all of this is a lot of stuff's just going through my algorithms after I've run it through. So I can't even tell you how many hundreds of times it took me to get the linear regressions how I wanted, but um, this is what it comes down to is these nine guys, not the team, not the Los Angeles Angels, these nine guys, how they've done in the last year against right, because they're facing right today, or yesterday this was. And I pulled all these files yesterday morning, like 9 in the morning before the games. But last year versus right, these nine guys combined had an 85 wRC plus, well below league average of 100. This year, they're performing better. They're at 95. Last 30 days, 87. The last seven at 80. The last three, 56. And then the day before yesterday, because this is yesterday's games, they had a 113. Now, these numbers are just some formulas I came up with too. Um, it's taking some of that right there to try to come up with regression. Now, this is also played into it too. So the thing averages out. So you find a team that's bad and they're performing bad. Sooner or later, yes, they are going to overperform. That's kind of hard to predict. Now, it's easy to predict a bad team performing bad because that's just what they do. Now, this is a little bit below average team, but we're not talking, Chicago White Sox before they got Tommy Pham this season. I mean, those guys were just bad. Most college teams were better hitters than those guys. Andrew Benedetti, don't even get me going on that guy. Horrible trade they made to get him for what, $21 million. Anyway, I regress. So they're facing right-hand pitcher. Um, Slight regression here, not anything crazy, but they should, according to this, perform a little bit better than they normally do. Now over here, these trend lines, which I'm using only nominal, and I set 4 data sets. This is saying that um, this is orange right here. This is their right daily. So right daily. This is saying it should go up. And I'm not saying this is where it should hit, which this would be, which I don't even know, which is that'd be over 800. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But I mean, it's all showing that it should dramatically go up their performance. So the blue is left daily. I'm sorry, this is combined daily blue and left. So all three, they should be trending up. So to spin this graph a little bit, this is the last 7 days. 7 days ago, 6 days ago, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 days ago, these nine guys, and not every guy plays every single day. That's why when you look at the data, I mean, there's blank spots in here because Zach Nito on this day, which was uh, April the 11th, on page 15 of my data. That was the 15th day of the season. He didn't face anybody that day. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Yeah. So yeah, he didn't play at all. He had no combined. If the negative 100 means they batted, they just absolutely did nothing. So yeah, he didn't even play that day. And then there's days where, like right here, he had a combined of 94. Didn't face anybody on left, and that's why he has a 94 because his right was a 94, so his average is a 94 for that day. But anyway, so this is the blue, like I said up here, that's combined. So they had a really bad day. And the more at bats is why this is balanced. You can say that they got looks like my dad's off a little bit, a 108 left 7 days ago, negative 35 right. The more at bats you have, the more it can be influenced. I had an example of that here. Oh, shit. Over here somewhere. Where you at, Goldie? And here's another example I'll give you guys right here of Goldsmith. I was looking at this. Excuse me. Paul Goldsmith combined. Paul Goldsmith left last 30. So the last 30 days, Paul Goldsmith's only averaged a 48 versus left-hand pitching, the wRC plus. That's not good, especially when you look at last year. He had a 185. He was one of the most elite, if not, I mean, I don't know who had higher than him against left. I mean, he was up there, probably definitely in the top 10, probably even the top five. I mean, he dominated left-hand pitching last year, and this year, just nothing. So once again, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing because regression to the mean. To be able to track as he starts coming. Obviously, he's not going to stay. I mean, yeah, you take age into consideration, but Goldsmith's not going to stay batting a 48 wRC plus this season against left-hand pitching. That's just not going to happen. Now he's underperforming this year also. We have right hand last 30, 75, or last year he had a 133, so he's underperforming there. Paul Goldsmith's just having a he's just having a bad year so far. But here's what I was getting at is so this is going into yesterday's game. This data was pulled yesterday morning. So this data has been 2 days ago, how he performed. He had a combined wRC plus of 134 versus left. He had 295 versus right. He had negative 100. So if you take 295 and negative 100, and the average Joe is right there, 97.5, right? Well, this is what I'm showing you. This is why, another reason why I'm doing what I'm doing. You can say those two are average 97.5 because that's what simple math says. It's not because he took more at bats versus left. He did right. That's why it's weighted heavier. So let's see if I got pulled up there. So yep, this is that 2 days ago versus right. That negative 100 we just saw because he had two plate appearances right there. Now I must have closed it. We'll pull up. We'll pull up versus left 2 days ago. And we'll find Goldie. There's Goldsmith right there. And there's that 295, but he had three plate appearances. That's why when we did the simple math, when it came to whatever average of 97, well, it's not. It's an average of 134 because the 295 is weighted heavier because he had three plate appearances versus two plate appearances. And three plate appearances at 295 is outbalancing the two, which for who knows, I don't know, probably strikeouts or groundouts or whatever. I mean, he did nothing to help improve the game. So that's just another aspect of what this is tracking. And then we're doing that for every bat, every game, every player. And like I said, it matters that we're only including the players that are in the lineup. Um, Matt Carpenter's statement, let's say it was Juan Soto yesterday. It pulls in all of Juan Soto's. Anybody who's batted in the last, heck, I think I got to go back the last 4 years in case somebody comes back up. Tommy Pham. Obviously, he had nothing until looks like he came back into the White Sox on April the 26th. And yes, they have improved. There's nothing for him. Now this last 30, don't worry about that. That's the last 30 days, and I just have it going all the way up, so it's always the same data because it's being recorded day to day, so it changes. But yeah, this is his last 30 days. So there's nothing here for his dailies. So that's how that's working. So let's look how this did yesterday. This is one of the games I bet on. St. Louis versus Wright. And who are they playing? LA versus Wright. So we'll put them side by side. Okay. So, the Los Angeles Angels here facing a right-hand pitcher yesterday. And last year they had 85. These nine guys had 85 versus St. Louis's, those nine guys had an 88 average wRC plus. This year, 95 versus a 110. So St. Louis is doing better this year. The last 30 days, LA 87, 116. St. Louis is definitely performing better. Last 7 days, 80 versus 157. St. Louis is definitely performing better. Last three, 181. The last one, 113 to 182. So what this is coming up with is it's like I said, everything regresses to the mean. These guys, yes, this year are better than the league average by 10 points. Right here at 110. Last year they're 12 points less. The last 3 days of 181. That's very near off the charts. That's high. And why I built this because it can't be sustained. So they should have a regression here. The St. Louis Cardinals. These are just two different formulas I came up with. Just showing how much not to the exact number, but just showing should there be a regression. They should significantly regress. These guys, the Angels, should go up a little bit. So these trend lines I put over here, right here is showing that this is orange is right hand pitching, which they're facing right. They should go up, up, up. This is so they should go down, down, down. Now, if they're facing the left-handed pitcher yesterday in St. Louis, my data says they should have performed well, but they weren't facing the left-handed pitcher yesterday. They were facing the right, and they should go down, and their combined should go down. So in this game, I took the Angels in the first five, and I know they won. I just don't remember what it was. The 15th. Where are you guys at here? The Angels won 72, and the first 5 innings was 4 runs in the first, 4-0 in the first 5 innings for the Angels. Go on to the next game, New York Mets and Philadelphia Phillies. Here, I think they're both facing left, if I remember right. Yeah, they're both facing left here, so we'll put them side by side. Um, we got two teams here that are batting good against left-handed pitching. Now 115 versus 111, so they're both last year above average by a decent amount for these nine guys. This year, 127 to 113, 140, 128. Last 7 days, 222 to 104. Last three, 200 to 270. Yesterday, 360. So, um, wow, those guys are both really good batting teams. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 runs in the first 5 innings. So I guess we skipped over that part. Anyway, it is showing regression here, but they bat really well. Can it be sustained? Like I said, the last 30, that's pretty high. The last 7, it's that high. This is saying they should regress. Over here is saying they should go up. This is saying they should regress. This is saying they should go down. So the Mets should go down. Regression here, regression here. The Phillies, take care, regression here. And 5-2 in the first 5 innings. Look at another game here. Cincinnati and Arizona. Now this one I haven't even looked at yet. But I did pull it up. So Arizona versus left, Cincinnati versus right. So I gotta pull this data and line them up. with their stuff, set them side by side. All right, so last year versus right, 106, 119, 82, 115, last 30, 85, 163. These guys are hot, hot, hot. 163, last 30, 203. Once again, had a couple, nothing there. But that plays into it because at the negative 100. So this is saying they should uh, do better. This is saying they should regress. But when you come over here, right hand, down tick, big time. Down tick, down tick. So two trends going down for Cincinnati. They're facing the left, so up tick and big down tick. So I would say, I mean, a low scoring first 5 innings. Did they play last night or during the day? Who was it? Cincy and Arizona. I got 2-1, I guess. One, 2 runs in the first 5 innings. That's an under big time. Now, so that's how I evaluate the teams and what they should do. But also, the other half of it is the pitching. So this is St. Louis yesterday versus LAA. Um, He's punching the team here and pick them. That's going to pull their bullpens. And I got to enter the pitcher. Like I said, he's punching in G. Start calculating this. Anybody who's pitched more than 10 innings this year. So Griffin Canning, St. Louis is facing Griffin Canning. League average Sierras. Sierras are the best thing to evaluate pitchers. Last year, any starting pitcher above, I think I pulled 15 or 20 innings. It was 4 is normally average, but last year it wasn't that good. 4.5 average. So pitchers struggled a little bit last year. Lance Lynn, believe it or not, last year was slightly better than league average. Griffin Canyon was better. This year, and it's actually, if I looked at it this morning, it's actually a little bit lower. It's up 3.78 for anybody who's pitched more than 10 innings this year as a starting pitcher. At 3.83 league average this year. Griffin Canyon's not doing good this year. Lance Lynn's not doing good this year. So difference, negative, good. So if a positive means they're between last year's difference and this year's difference, a positive means they're not performing well. Now in this case, it's because of this year, and in this case, it's because of this year, because last year they're both better. So you have to take into consideration is Griffin Canning at a 4.94 when last year he was at a 3.8. Is he really going to continue on performing that bad? And then I can take 5-10 minutes to look at Griffin Canning. Is he having elbow problems? Is he having shoulder problems? What's going on with him? Or is he just not having good games? So anyway, that's how I evaluate the pitchers. It's pretty good. I mean, you get guys in there who nobody can be bad for everybody. Nobody can be great forever. Um, and then I look at the bullpens too. So I don't bet 9 innings, but I do look at the bullpens. Their last 3 out, their bullpens have been lights out this year. League average share of bullpens for relievers, 3.7. So St. Louis, LAA is facing St. Louis's bullpen. St. Louis is 3.06, 3.94 for LAA. So anyway, that's what I'm doing here in baseball. I'm gonna get some time and start posting some of these predictions before game time. I just decided to make a video here today. Uh, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I got a lot more I'm going to do with this. If you guys have any comments or questions, hope to find other nerds like me who are just, wake up at 2:30 in the morning and go to the restroom and I'm thinking about baseball stats. This is what I do. So, all right, guys, talk to you later.